Hello, and welcome to the Business Spotlight Series, episode number 45. We're with Thomas O'Neill from Chelsea Custom Shirts today. How are you doing today, Thomas?
I'm doing great. How about you, Terrace?
Very good. It's really nice to speak with you. So happy to have you back in the chamber and get to team up on some stuff moving forward. As always here, we love to start out with some bio and some background on you and your company. So if you want to take it away, let us know a little bit of the history.
So I just want to say thank you for having us back. You've been, you've been doing wonderful since everything that's gone on. I've heard nothing but good things from you in the chamber. That's why we wanted to get back in here. So we were in the chamber a few years ago, and then we had some issues, and we just kind of have come back. But we started back. I've lived in Chelsea my entire life. I was born here. I only left for a couple years to go down to college, and then I came back, and it's really a long road to get to where we're at right now. So I started doing this in 2002, back when I was still in middle school with my dad. We were having someone print our stuff for us, and it was an okay, business one. We were making a little bit, and then I was like, we can do this ourselves. It's not that hard. I still have the equipment that I used back in 2003, 2004 to make stuff that it just kind of evolved. So my dad, everybody knows, was a firefighter here in Chelsea.
Yep.
He was an EMT down in Detroit, was in the military, was in the Army. And so we kind of started as kind of a fund for them, for Detroit and stuff, to be like, hey, I got hurt. We need some money to pay the bills, because that's the issue. As everybody now knows with the pandemic, that money can become tight when things go wrong. And being able to say, hey, here's a couple bucks for, food, for, a school, what you need to pay for. And it just kind of blossomed from there. And then as time went on, the city got bankrupt and we had to change our name. So I changed my name. Everything kind of stayed the same. People wanted new stuff for fire and for the nurses. That's kind of our big one, is our nursing. And I just want to say that they have been great. They've helped keep us afloat through everything. And then I was going around town just being like, I got to start, getting my job. I finished school. I got certified not a lot of people know, I have a degree in clinical exercise physiology.
Oh,
so
I didn't know.
I was getting ready to study and get my certification for everything and get my job. And we were driving by Twisters, where we're at now. And I'd always talked and joked with Dad, if we ever open a business, whatever it may be, that's the greatest spot to be. You've got people there all year round. You've got two major thoroughfares. And I was just like, we were driving by, and I was with my girlfriend, Kim. Hi, Kim. And it was open, and I called my dad and I said, hey, it's open. This is what we've been talking about jokingly for years, and it opened. Okay. So on New Year's Eve in 2016, we came in with the owners and we signed the agreement. And then a month later, on February 1st of 2017, so a couple days ago, was our 4-year anniversary.
Oh, that's very cool.
We opened up, and we've been doing it ever since. We've made a lot of changes. We've expanded into our space. The room that we were in a little bit, the people aren't going to get to see, is when this was a pet store, because people forget this was a Dairy Queen,
right,
and all that, is where the fish tank was. And I remember as a child in this exact building coming through my front door to get my fish and to get my dog.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to have that
connection,
come full circle. And every once in a while, just being like, I remember right there is where I got my dog Max. Oh, that's where I got my fish. And then we've been kind of going and doing stuff. And it's nice to now be able to talk to the business owners that I remember being and going to their stores as a kid. I remember, Bobby Mock always was fixing our cars, and, being on their level is not just some kid being, this is my friends and business owners. It's nice to come back and be in this town. There's not a place I would rather be. I'd rather live than right in Chelsea.
Well, that's the truth of it, isn't it? I can't agree with you more there. And I got to give you a little bit of kudos. You're the first person to ever do a shout out to their sweetheart. So that fits right in with our February here. So good stuff.
Hey,
smart man, staying out of the doghouse. That's how it goes.
Hey,
well, that's great. It's such a cool thing. And I love that concept. Like you said, all these people have been people you've known in the community as business owners and stuff. And you've been a customer, and now, they're more your peers and you're part of that community, and that probably is very rewarding. I can imagine. That's super cool.
It is.
Well, thank you for that. That's quite a story. It is so cool, to have this vision at a younger age. Oh, that'd be the space, and then you guys are there. You are right next to Twisters, and you're right too. You get great traffic there and good parking, and next to the park, and it's good stuff. Good exposure. Well, why don't you give us a little bit of glimpse on what you guys are doing there at Chelsea Custom Shirts? Obviously, it's not just shirts.
No.
You guys can do a wider range. So give us a little glimpse into that.
So I guess the name Chelsea Custom Shirts, it's a little deceiving. I know your coffee mug. We have kind of branched out from the screen printing to doing a lot of promotional products, banners, signs, a lot of the photo gifts that are things that people normally have to send out and go online, and wait. And especially with how things trying to get things in, being able to say, look, you want, a picture on a pillow, you want to have keychain with your business logo, or a picture of your dog that's passed away. Coming to somebody and being like, this is what I want. And I say, okay, give me a little bit, and then being able to give it to them. But we've also added, our embroidery and a lot of decal work, and just kind of branching out. I kind of would say I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades. You never know what there's something you can do. I get asked for some of the can you do this? And I'm like, I never thought about that, but give me a few minutes and I can either know somebody who can, or I can do it myself.
Yeah.
And I've made connections throughout that. Again, I can say, hey, I can't do this, but I have my friend down the road that can do this, and being able to help them, other local businesses. And they do the same thing. They're like, hey, where'd you get your shirts printed at? And they say, you go down there. And then I'm like, hey, where'd you get this done? Well, I send you back that way. And it's a nice little two-way street to help each other out and go forward.
That's the only way it works, and I can say Chelsea has been so good about that, and the pandemic has made that even more obvious. That camaraderie between businesses is unbelievably important. So you guys have all that stuff. You've also got some new you just started up. You've got a new kiosk.
Yeah, so we kind of I get a lot of custom. I get a lot of people that I want to see your book of blank, and I'm sitting there going, well, that's Google, but now I've opened up a new we use an old computer, and we're going to you can design your own stuff, all the layouts that we have, all of the clip art that we have, and you can just kind of go in there and people can do it themselves. And then, it does save a little bit of money, but again, they can go in and they can make all the changes they want and find, exactly what they want. Because if it's, it's hanging in a closet, it's not getting me any exposure. It might feel like a waste of money, and, let you be in charge of it. It is custom. That is our name, is custom stuff. So being able to let them do that.
No, that's great. I mean, obviously, I've done a decent amount of ordering of these type of things in the past, and that aspect of having that control is awesome. So that's very cool. But it's nice because they can still come into your physical location. You're there to help them, talk to them, answer questions right there. They're not left out to dry. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. That's really cool. You guys have got quite a mobile operation as well, don't you?
Right. So before we opened this, we did a lot of going to different events and stuff. So we've gone to the Michigan Firemen's Memorial. We've gone to the Law Dogs in Monroe County. They do a fundraiser ride every year in April, where they raise money for the autism camp down in Monroe through the Monroe County courts. So being able to go down there, we donate to them. And it's really nice is they do a 50-50. And you never keep the money. It's always donated back, whether it's $5, $500. And we like to be a part of that. I remember the first time that they called us up and we're like, it's for kids. We'll be there. We don't care what day it is. We're coming down. And being able to go out to people and let them, have our abilities in their lap basically is kind of nice, that we can go and see other people and go to their events and, not only build our clientele, but also be like, you need it now? Here it is. You need something. Let's go for it. So I have my trailer parked out front that I've learned to work and do my entire business within a 60 square foot trailer.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really impressive to have that option to be on the road and go to these events and just do it for them right then and there. That's super cool. That's not. That kind of let's put it this way, puts Amazon to shame, right? People talk about speed and prime delivery. Well, you've got that beat tenfold. That's very cool.
it limits stuff, but again, it is nice to go out and it gets away from here.
Yeah.
The same place every day can get mundane.
It can, yeah. That's why I love my job. I get to move around a lot. Well, that's great. Now you've also got you're one of the co-creators, one of the people kind of facilitating the Chelsea Mish Live, which is another great example of you working with other businesses in the community. And you're currently working on something new right now. You've got a new project you want to give us some details about.
Yeah. So Chelsea Mish Live, just so everybody knows, it's a bunch of the business owners that want to talk one-on-one with the customers, potential customers. It doesn't cost anything. You get out as much as you put in, so the people that are going to spend and do the time are getting more. And we're doing some giveaway stuff with that and with our page, letting people just help us design new shirts. But
sure.
I think that we're working with. I'm really excited about this. So Steven from Jewelry Set in Stone and I, along with his wife, my girlfriend, and his designer, we've kind of been working on some functional jewelry. I'll give you that little hint for people that the people that are in certain careers that can't always wear their jewelry every day.
Sure.
We wanted that way for them to be able to hold it. So I guess I'll just go ahead. We're working on some ring holders.
Oh.
So that people like nurses like my girlfriend can have their engagement rings, their wedding rings with them while they work, not having to worry about just putting it on a chain and losing it. That is something that we wanted to make it look really nice. That 8 to 12 hours a day that you're working, you've got, one of the most important things to you right here.
Yeah.
And the other 16 or 12 hours a day, depending on when you work, it's a nice necklace. And we're going to start debuting that really soon. But we saw this, we thought of this idea a couple months ago. And with us being, so busy in December, we kind of pushed it back. And being able to work with Steven, he is a creative genius on some of his things that he has made. I am blown away with how he has some really great work. And it's been really nice to see this little concept that was so simple, and then he can take it, a level and two above what we were even thinking. And again, being able to, cross promote the two of us and promote our businesses together, and being like, look, he's a jeweler, I make t-shirts. This is our 1% common ground was this. And then just being able to work with him and going down and talking with, Laura, his upstairs neighbor, because, my dad was in Korea for 3 years with the Army, and Laura used to live in Korea. So having that kind of things that we can all kind of talk to each other and have, people can say, hey, who would you recommend for snowplowing? And being able to instantly in my pocket go, yep, I would send this person.
Right.
And again, the community, that's what I love about Chelsea, is the community aspect, and everybody knows each other. I've gone to the same places that I had as a kid and now as an adult, and taking people, from not a town and being like, you need something, you got to go here. You need a car part, you go here. You need your car fixed, you go here. And being able to also have the owners being like, I remember you when you were 3 foot tall, and now we're equals, is really nice and fulfilling.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I do have to give a shout out. You mentioned Laura. So just so people know, she's that's Culture Creations right above Jewelry Set in Stone there on Main Street. And they are great businesses, and they are both doing really awesome stuff. So I love the shout out on that. Well, that's very exciting. And I got to say, I know plenty of people. I got buddies that do maintenance and all sorts of different jobs, and they end up wearing like the silicone ring and stuff, and trying to figure out that standard of, wearing that. So it's a great idea, and I can't wait to see how that rolls out. That'll be super cool.
We're excited for people to see it. We're excited to see how many different things we can come up with. And again, using our custom aspects of both of our businesses to just, get the people what they need.
Yeah.
And also, again, help support our families and help support each other.
For sure. Yep. That's great. It sounds like you guys are being really innovative, and that's the ticket. Well, that's great. Well, thanks you got a lot going on. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I will say, we always like to finish up with something kind of fun, give people a little bit of a glimpse, and I have a feeling you're going to take that a little above and beyond, as you tend to do. So,
what shows
you been watching?
As they say, you go big or go home. And so I got a couple. So I just got Discovery Plus, excuse me, and we've been rewatching our friends up at Barn Sanctuary. I don't know if you guys got to watch the episode where they opened the pig barn and made that at the banner they cut. Well, we made that right before I left for a week to go on some conferences, and I was like, here it is. And we saw that episode a couple nights ago, and I'm like, hey, we made that. And then I've been watching The Liberator on Netflix.
Okay.
Felix Sparks and the 45th Infantry Division. Well, that's funny. Is that was my grandfather's unit in World War II.
Oh,
so
wow.
kind of being able to watch that and read the books that they've had already and being like watching how they portrayed it. And then my last one on Amazon Prime, we got to make everybody, can't just be one, is The Honor Guard, which is about the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington Cemetery, which is where my dad was stationed also for 3 years after Korea. So that's just crazy. the whole kit right there. And it's been fun to see people that have done things and being like, hey, we watched a movie about that, we watched a show about that, and learning more insights into it. So the few minutes a day I do, I get to watch stuff.
Yeah, well, and that's fantastic to be able to watch something and think like, oh, that was my grandpa's unit, or this is where my father was at. That's got to add quite a bit to it, I'm sure.
It does.
Yeah, that's very cool. And we love the Barn Sanctuary and them guys out there. They're great. They're really good about working with all the local people. I know if you watch the opening credits and stuff, you'll see some of the furniture from Vintage Barn Boutique in there and stuff like that. So, yeah, they do a great job, and we love having them in town. Just one more thing that makes Chelsea so special. It's kind of a ridiculous list, honestly. You start thinking about them all. But, well, that's great. Yeah, and thank you for all the insights and everything you guys got going on. Everybody make sure to check out their website and their Facebook page, which we did put up in the comments. So you can click right there and get an idea of the rest of the stuff they're doing over there at Chelsea Custom Shirts. Thomas, thanks for coming by today and talking with us.
Hey, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Yep, and thank you to Grifka Marketing for facilitating and sponsoring as always. We'll see you guys all next week. Have a good one.